You know,
You know,
it's free.
no, nigga, you radical.
I ran up a check, I might do it again. Enemies close, had me thinking they're friends. 10 toes down, I'll be free until the end. Crib outside the city, I don't feel safe in my hands. Took so many years, I'm just waiting for the wins. I'm in debt to no one but the one who took my sins. I do it for real, there's no reason to pretend. If I do it once, I do it again. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. Oh, you matter what? Add it up.
Man, what it do? This is your boy. Back again, man. You know what I'm saying? I love doing podcasts. I missed last week. What did I do last week? Dang,
Yeah.
I don't know why I missed last week, but I missed last week. I think I went to Austin or something. I think I did or something like that. But anyway, man, it's good to be back. It's good to do another show. First, before I start this off, I want to shout out to my sponsor. Yeah, I want to shout out to my sponsor, man. Wine Down for a Change with the One Hope wine. Y'all go check that out.
They from around here?
They are not from around here, and you must be 21 and older to purchase this. Yo, I got the Pinot Grigio.
Yeah, good job.
I got the Pinot Grigio, and I got the Rosé, and I got all kind of stuff. So I'm finna pour it up. I'm finna see.
They sent that to you?
Yeah, they sent that to me already.
Nice.
You know, so I got a whole case of this thing too. So I'm you know what I'm saying? I'm a toast to y'all, man, to y'all success, whatever y'all got. Brandon, toast to you. I'm a toast to you, Anthony. Let me see what it tastes like. That's the rosé. A little bit of bite, ain't bad. It ain't bad, but I'll continue sipping this on doing the show. I got my guest tonight, my co-host Anthony. What's good, Anthony?
I'm Sir Anthony. I'm great.
Sir Anthony, my bad. What's up, Sir Anthony? And I got finally, I got Brandon Johnson on the show. Man, what's good, my brother?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm glad on you for so long. You kept putting me off.
Man, see, I knew he was gonna say that. Well, I mean, you finally on now. How you doing today?
I'm good. I got clothes to fit today. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, gee, you coming out the gate? Why you coming out the gate with all this, man?
And fix your camera.
A lot of comments. I'm gonna get you Birdman say I could have been, but I wanted to pull up on you, be a little more gangster. All three of y'all.
Peace out style.
Yeah.
I'm from the West End.
Okay. Shout out to my boy Pastor Palmer. He got the.
I like Pastor Palmer. Pastor Palmer is the shit.
He got some pretty good drinks. He got some pretty good strong frozen drinks. He got the popsicles and he got like the pouches and stuff or whatever. So y'all check that out. But the main topic, the main reason why we are here, the main discussion on Fridays is about Mr. Brandon Johnson. Mr. Johnson, tell him what's going on. What's up? Tell him about yourself, my brother.
My name is Brandon Johnson. I'm born and raised in Beaumont, Texas. Been here for almost 36 years. I went to Lamar University. I graduated from Ozan, went to Lamar University. A member of Kappa Alpha Psi fraternity. I own a real estate. I own the only full-fledged brokerage in this area, which means we offer financing, buying, selling, leasing, property management, some things of that nature. We service all things real estate, credit repair, everything. We also have a nonprofit organization where we mentor the youth. Kind of give an example. Look, I see you, John. Give you an example. Tomorrow we have for the 8th year, 7th annual, because we didn't do one last year. We have another Easter egg hunt. And it's going to be a drive-by Easter egg hunt. It's not going to be like all the rest of them where they go out and they find toys and things like that. But
hold on, and you say a drive-by? How does that work?
Well, what we're doing is we're going to allow parents to just drive by and pick up a basket, an Easter basket with eggs and things like that. And we have 5 of them that have a golden ticket or a golden egg. and then those 5 people will win a tablet.
Okay.
We know
What kind of tablet?
right, drive by. How you doing, Terry Roy?
Hey, Mr. Terry.
What's up, OG?
And you know, give you a little bit more about myself. I'm 35. I'll be 36 this year. I had my first child in 2019. But I'm younger than you. Started yelling now. I had my first child in 2019. Best thing that ever happened to me. And currently, I'm running to be your Ward 4 City Council for Beaumont, Texas. I mean, I think this is huge. The location for the Easter egg hunt, Cat, is going to be at Alice Keith Park.
What time?
It's going to be from 4 to 6 p.m.
Okay, 4 to 6.
And 5 tablets. And the CIA, how you doing, Miss Mary Williams? The
What's
CIA,
up, Miss Mary? Miss Mary in the building.
Miss Mary, that's the truth right there.
Is.
We want to give a big shout out to them because every year they've always partnered with us, whether it was from the back to school drives, Easter egg hunts, toy drives, sending kids off to do something other than like we did a fundraiser for a young lady. She was Miss Texas in a little pageant and things like that. So I do want to give a huge thank you to CIA Biker Club. They're actually helping with the tablets and stuff like that. So we partner with them just about every year. I see you. I'm sponsored by Purified Water.
Sponsored by Purified Water. Okay. One time, shout out to eToy. She said, "Hey, uglies,
bitch, ain't
what's up?" That is what's up. Okay, yo, Brandon. Okay, it's a question about real estate, but we're gonna get into that later. Miss Jonay. What do you think is gonna be the greatest challenge for Ward 4? I mean, some difficult things going on in that ward, man. I mean, where do you want to start with first? What's on your agenda?
The biggest challenge for Ward 4 is getting the
my bad. I'm trying not to cuss on this show. Hey, B, we can't hear you, my brother.
Y'all can't?
Anthony.
What?
I can't hear none of y'all.
Are you for real?
Technical difficulties.
Oh no, I can hear y'all.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Anthony.
Floyd, you can't hear me.
Now I can't hear Floyd. His mic is on mute. Floyd. Take your phone off mute, Floyd.
Oh my God, this is so ghetto.
I've been hacked. Anthony said this is ghetto.
It is.
Let's hang up and start over.
No, I'm finna call him.
Anthony doing it on purpose. I mean, Floyd doing it on purpose.
Oh, and he sent me the voicemail with his cricket ass phone.
What? Can y'all hear me?
We can hear you.
Now we can, yeah. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear y'all.
Okay, well, I just called your cricket phone.
My bad. I was messing with y'all. Blame it on the rose. By one hope in the building.
But
All right, let me stop playing
next question.
So, what do you think is gonna be the greatest thing for Ward 4? And also, can you tell us what the area of Ward 4 is?
Yeah, so I think the biggest, my biggest challenge, or the biggest challenge, would be to get the citizens involved. You know, if I'm elected city council, I would want my citizens, my constituents, the people who vote me in, to be at those council meetings, or to be very, very vocal about how they feel and how our ward has been neglected. I mean, there's strength in numbers. I've always heard that, you know, and united we stand, divided we fall. So I want to bring that ward together, let them know that they have a voice all over again, you know, and it's hard to make somebody re-believe in something that they've been let down by for over and over and over. You know, it's just like, you know, as exactly, you know, when you have broken promise after broken promise after broken promise, you tend to lose your faith and hope in that system or that person or whatever it is. So right now I want to rebuild their confidence in the council as a councilman. You know, again, you know, I'm not a politician, I'm not an activist or anything like that. I'm a public servant, and I love serving people. You know, I've been doing it for a number of years, which is why I even started my nonprofit in the first place, was to be able to serve the citizens on a higher, on a greater scale and things like that. So I think that'll be the hardest part is bringing citizens, bringing the constituents together. You know.
You think you think your ward's been getting neglected?
Oh, very much so. Very much. Very much. I mean, look. I mean, you can look at Ward 4, and you can look at some of the other wards, and you can see the economic development. Well, let me put it like this. You know, Ward behind Walmart, they just built a new apartment complex. They have a lot of new development. They have new strip centers and things like that. Well, off the freeway, we're getting an RV park.
Where's that RV park at?
We're getting an RV.
So when I go to my house, I exit Florida. It's right before that exit. It's a nice slab of concrete that's right there. And I saw it the other day, and it said RV park or something of that nature. And I'm like,
is it on the right?
It's on the right hand side, yes. Like if you're going to the south part. But you know, when I say we're neglected and things like that, you have to look at. Give you an example. The West didn't have 7 grocery stores. You know, you have a Market Basket on Kroger. You have a Market Basket on. You have a Market Basket on 23rd. You have a Kroger on 23rd. You have a Market Basket on 105. You have a Market Basket on Phelan. You have a HB on Dowling. You have a Kroger on Dowling. You have a Walmart. In South End of Beaumont, we only have the Cash Saver. It only has a Lucky 7. Now, there's an HEB on College, but that's more center Beaumont. There's nothing that actually caters to that area. We don't even have any nice restaurants. You know, if I want date night, I have to get in my car and drive around town. You know, I can't go and look in my backyard like some of the other people. Like if I lived off Dowling in Delaware, you know, you have Madison's, you have the bistro right behind the title company, you have Coy. You know, there's several different places and things like that. Somebody said they have rats. I'm not sure who she's talking about. But.
Yeah, I don't know what business have rats. Why don't you let us know? Why don't you put that in the thing to have rats?
If it's cold, I eat them rats because they food good. So,
but yeah, you're right. I mean, what all is Ward 4?
Ward 4 is Pearl Orchard, Tripe City, Terrell Park, I was gonna say this side of I-10, Washington Boulevard area, parts of Laurel. I mean, Ward 4 is kind of oddly shaped when you look at the pictures of it, but it's a predominantly big ward. So you have Laurel, 23rd, South Park, Orchard, Tripe City, Terrell Park. All of that area is considered Ward 4. All of this side of Washington Boulevard. I keep saying this side of Washington Boulevard, but you know, the south side of I-10.
Okay.
sure.
Let me ask you something. The city council has a reputation of arguing with each other, not coming to agreement. Are you aware of that? And can you change that?
I'm aware. I feel like it can be changed. It could be fixed. You know, I personally can't. The citizens have to change it. You know, they have to go out and vote anybody who is causing the disturbances. You know, vote them out and hold them accountable. You know, city council is not a place for your own platform. You're supposed to be a voice for the citizens. And I mean, of course, if you don't know, it takes 2 people to bring something to council for to get it passed. So I'm gonna wait for you, Floyd.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
If on council, it takes 2 people to bring something to council for to get it passed. So the goal should be to build bridges, not burn them. Build bridges, not walls. And right now, council is to a certain degree very divisive. And I'm not gonna point fingers at anyone, but and I believe that I can work with anybody. You know, I mean, life is about give and take. I own a business, so I understand how it is to be able to negotiate and work, play well with others. So to be honest, yes, I think I can help with that issue because it's give and take. You know, you do this and I'll do that, but it's ultimately up to the citizens. So what the citizens have to take into consideration is we're not getting A, B, C, and D done because this is what's going on council. So if you have a councilman who's causing issues and won't play well with others, then we need to remove them, you know, whoever it is from that particular seat, so that way Beaumont can progress. You know, I'm not in a wrestling match. I'm not there to prove a point. I'm here to get things done with the other citizens and make sure that Ward 4 have a voice. Now, if that means, again, you know, it's give and take, you know, but we can hold people accountable, and I don't mind putting it on right there in front of God and everybody to see. If this is the issue, we need to address that issue right then and there. And I feel like the citizens need to understand and be very transparent. We can't get anything done because this is what's happening. We can't get anything done because we're arguing all the time. And the reason why we're arguing all the time is because A, B, C, and D, and let the citizens have a choice. So if they want to continue to have this situation go on, or they want to eliminate it.
You think
at my business, if you're causing trouble, I'll send your license back to Trek. There's no room for any type of discomfort, drama, anything like that.
you say you sending their license, license back to where?
Trek, Texas Real Estate Commission, and I have in the past. I create a happy environment for my agents to come and work. You know, I want them to be like.
Is that in Houston?
No, what, my office? My office is in Beaumont. Trek is an office.
Okay, all right. Just making sure. Just checking.
License back is ultimately firing them. You know, you're no longer an agent. Works for a Realty Depot.
Okay. Can I ask a question?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay, it's not a question, but like, okay, so Brandon, explain to the people what happened at the last city council meeting and what you're getting implemented into the community. So let people know what you're doing.
Okay, so at the last city council meeting, or the meeting where we had
the meeting where they didn't oppose or whatever your motion to what you're doing with your nonprofit. So okay, people know what you're doing.
Okay, I because the last city council meeting they were referring
not
to,
this last this Tuesday, but previous.
Okay, I'm sorry, Anthony. Not to be funny, your hair is distracting me.
Oh my God! Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. That was funny. That was like
no, it wasn't funny.
I feel like every time I look at him.
Yo, that's wild right there.
You're mad because you don't have good hair, but yeah, go ahead.
You're right. No, at the last city council meeting, so my nonprofit organization was approved to become a CHODO with the city, a community housing development organization. And what that does for our community, I'm gonna break it down to you. So right now, Ward 3, Ward 4, the city of Beaumont has what's called red tag properties. Now, when a home is deemed or a structure is deemed uninhabitable, the city will come on and post a paper of what all is wrong with the property and spray a red box around it. And our city has been taken over by some areas more than others. Like if you go down Sarah Street, you'll see about 5 or 6 of them just on that strip. And what my nonprofit proposed to the city of Beaumont is to partner with them to acquire these properties from the actual owner, rehab and renovate them if they can be rehabbed and renovated. If not, we'll tear them down and put a new structure there and resell them. Now, the benefit to the city is on the low end, it costs about $5,000. The name of my nonprofit is the Brandon Johnson Believe and Achieve Foundation, and we're also giving the Easter egg hunt tomorrow. Now, the benefit to the city is that on the low end, it costs about $5,000 to tear down the structure. The city of Beaumont has a little over 300 red tag properties right now, and so that's almost $1.5 million that the city will use to tear down these properties. that they don't get reimbursed for. They don't take ownership of the property, and it's still not on the tax roll. So it ultimately becomes a complete loss to the city.
Hey, Brandon, where are most of these properties located?
South Park, Pale Orchard, North End.
Okay.
And yeah, predominantly minority areas. Now you have a few in the West End, but now the benefit and so with this program, we are able to acquire these properties and renovate and rehab them. We put them back on the tax roll. We're creating homeowners and we're getting them put back on the tax roll. Now you're generating revenue for the city. And even though the council will tell you that the money that they use to tear that down, the houses down, comes from other monies or different grants, and that money is put aside for that, that's still $1.5 million, in my opinion, that you can put back into infrastructure, lighting, drainage issues, brown water issues, and things of that nature. So, I mean, if the problem is alleviated, even though if you put money off to the side to tear down dilapidated properties, if that problem is alleviated and you have a partner who's rectifying that issue, you should be able to move that money somewhere else, in my opinion. And $1.5 million, I mean, it costs $318 million to fix all the roads in the city of Beaumont just to get them up to a score of 73. So, I mean, $1.5 million can go somewhere else, you know, an area like in my lighting or some sort of something of that nature, in my opinion.
Okay, another question. So, one of your opponents filed bankruptcy.
Oh snap!
So,
we getting like that. We getting spicy like that.
Yeah, why did y'all talking about my plats? We gonna talk about other things.
Okay, I didn't say about the plats.
Brandon, one of your opponents has filed bankruptcy in the last couple of years. So, do you think he would be fit to run the city council budget?
Man, look, I'm gonna have to trade my water in for something else.
I got some of this One Hope wine. You know,
and this is public information. So, I mean, yeah, one of your opponents filed bankruptcy. So, I mean, do you think that's somebody we want to run the city budget, which is like, how much is the city budget?
Right now, I have $45 million in the account. But so here's the deal. Well, and that's the budget. That's what they have in the account right now. So here's how I respond to that. I'm not sure who has filed bankruptcy. I'm not.
Okay, hold on.
I'm not sure who has filed bankruptcy. That's not, honestly, with all due respect, that's not my concern. You know, I know my financial status, and I'm grateful for my financial status, and I can afford to pay my bills and things like that. Take care of my family. I don't want to put my mouth on anybody else, you know, because a pair of lips to say anything. So, you know, if anything happens, you know, things happen in life. You know, you can be on top of the world one day and then you can be at the bottom of the world the next. So, you know, I want to remain humble and continue to thank God for his blessings, man. Whoever filed Desmond, look like Desmond said Donald Trump did it many a times while he was president.
We can't compare Donald Trump to local politics. But
yeah, who filed bankruptcy? I mean, I don't know. I watch my own pockets and I mind the business that pays me. To Desmond, to the people who
spicy.
I think Desmond. I'm sorry.
No, I said that was pretty spicy.
Yeah.
Like Megan said, that was spicy. That was a good question. Good answer.
Desmond asked the question. Are we answering questions right now? Or y'all go?
Yeah, you can answer. Yeah,
go ahead. I mean,
yeah, this your stage right now.
Is
Desmond asked the question about putting new construction in low income areas or things like that. To answer that question, Desmond, the program is for low income, where the city of Beaumont also has grants that take care of the down payments and closing things of that nature. So what we're doing is creating home ownership because everybody deserves the right to own a home. I hope that answers your question.
They do.
They do. And at one time, before I was afforded the opportunity to invest in real estate, I was low to moderate income. You know, at one point in time, I made $30,000 a year. But because I was disciplined, I make a little more than that now.
For sure. You jumped the tax bracket.
But that's my thing. Politics, when politicians, you have to have money. When you run a campaign, you have to have money. That's all I'm saying. And there's a lot of people that's running for this shit, this stuff we have. A lot of people don't have the funds, so that's why I just asked.
Well, I've been fortunate enough to be able to fund my whole campaign on my own.
That's what's up.
I just opened up an account this past week to allow people to donate to me, because a lot of people was bringing me checks and things like that, and I wasn't cashing them because I wanted to make sure I'm big about I'm very leery about who I take money from. I have to pray on things like that, make sure God keeps me on my footing on the right path and stuff like that. So I just opened my account this week. A lot of people have been saying, man, you need to get your account information put on your Facebook page and on your website. You can donate and things like that. I'm just, I was able to fund everything so far by myself, and I'm just opening my account up for that if people wanted to.
You think you're at a disadvantage because a lot of people are backed by some money.
Yeah.
You see signs and everywhere you go, there's a sign here, there's a sign there, there's a sign there.
And people are backed by government entities like the fire department because of their service to them, but I mean, they broke.
Yeah, how do you feel about that being endorsed? How many times were you endorsed? I've seen a lot of endorsements, police, the fire department.
So my thing about the endorsements, that's all fine and dandy and things like that. But I was endorsed by the people, and my thing is whenever I've asked, I've interviewed with the police department, I interviewed with the labor union and the PPAC. The fire department didn't interview me, I guess, because they had their guy already. But I did ask these people, I want to know what you want in return. If you endorse me, are you expecting me to vote a certain way or whatever the case may be? Because at the end of the day, if you expect me to vote your way, I'm one of those people. I'm not going to do anything that I have to that's going to embarrass my family, that's going to question my ethics or morals, that I have to walk out of a room with my head down or anything of that nature. I was endorsed by the PPAC, and when I asked them, what did they want? They said, we want you to take care of the community, period. That's all I wanted. And I was grateful for that. Now, the labor union and the police department both reached out and said that I was an excellent candidate. The reason why they went with one of my opponents was because he was already part of the union. Not that he was a better candidate than me, but just because he was already part of the union. Now, that's like if I give Anthony or Floyd a job because you're my friend. You might not be the best person fit for that job, but hey, you're my friend. Let me hand it to you anyway. Are you my fraternity brother? I gave you the job because you're my fraternity brother. And so both the two other union companies both reached out and said the same thing to me about it. And again, I'm here for the citizens of Ward 4. I'm not here for an endorsement or to be able to put signs up. Them signs won't be at the polls. Them
Ain't.
Be inside.
That boy hitting people with bars. Okay, he's backed by the most high, and them signs don't send. Okay,
I've seen signs with everybody. Everybody who's running sign. I've seen young people houses who had their sign. Everybody running. I've seen a lady who had my sign and my two opponents' sign in the yard.
She just signed crazy. Okay, my boy. Shout out to Laven Selby. That's my boy, Lalo.
Yeah.
Hey, I like this brother. Okay, Lalo. Yeah, hit me up. He say he messing with you, Brandon.
Lalo.
Yeah, that's my boy Lalo. That's from the block. That's a day one right there. Real guy.
Lalo, but I do appreciate it, Lalo, man. I'm here for the people, man. That's all it is. Kind of give you. When I say I'm here for the people, every month they give you a stipend, and kind of give you an example. I'm not sure. I think it's a little over $1,000 a month. Well, you have programs like the labor union offer. He paid his dues, like Anthony said. Money runs. Like
it does. If you don't have no money, there's no point in listening to you.
You think so? What about social media though? What if you got a big social media thing?
Campaign.
I'm so confused right now. What are we talking about?
Okay, so when you get to politics, you have to have money to run a campaign. If you don't have money, it's like pointless for you to run.
You think so?
Absolutely. It runs off of money. It runs off of capital. So, like we have these other people. I'm not gonna say no name, James Eller. People who do shit like that. They don't have no money. I mean, you can bring hay for animals all day, but fucking shit.
So
Well,
spicy right now, bro.
I'm not
capping, but if you don't have no money, nobody's gonna listen to you.
Okay, my bad, Joe. Joe say social media ain't do it. I was just throwing it out there. I was just shout out to Joanna Bryant in the building. You know what I'm saying?
Joanna
Appreciate
Bryant, I need her book.
Great book.
Yeah.
Brandon.
I'm doing this because I love the city of Beaumont. I love my community. I live there. I've lived there for 36 years. My daughter has lived there for almost now. So, making Beaumont is a great place for her is my concern. A great place for y'all kids. I mean, Floyd, you have small kids as well. Anthony,
I got one small kid.
Anthony has some cats, I heard, but here's the deal. I'm not doing this for the money. So the money is not the motive here. Kind of give an example. The labor union offer apprenticeship programs. The plumbers program is like $80 a semester. Also, a friend of mine, Pam Jolivet, I hope she's watching. I spoke to her the other day. She has a phlebotomy school, and it's a student. The money that little stipend that I'm given every month will go towards our scholarship fund to be able to put kids who don't feel like they're college material. We could put them in Miss Jolivet's phlebotomy course, or we can put them with the labor union on one of their apprenticeship programs, like the plumbers union, welding, electrical, and things like that. And that's where that money is going to go. It's going to go back into the community. I'm not here to pat my pockets or anything like that. I'm here to do exactly what I say. I love my community. I want to be able to help them create opportunities and things like that. So I'm gonna put my money where my mouth is. I'm not concerned with anybody else's money, who's filing bankruptcy and who's doing this and who's doing that. God give it.
Amen.
How important do you feel this election is? I say to every person that I had on, this is the biggest election that the city has ever had.
And it has the most active engagement. So
yeah, can you feel that?
Very big. This is a very big election. Again, I'm gonna go back to the fact that it takes two to bring something to council and 4 to get it passed. And with the city being majority minority, the council doesn't reflect that. And it's not about race. It's about it is what it is. And again, it takes 2 people to bring something to council, 4 to get it passed. So with W.L. Pate stepping out of his seat to run for mayor, and Mayor Ames stepping down, and there's 2 seats that's available that could really catapult Ward 3 and Ward 4 if the right people are put in place. You have to take into consideration when you're voting who really cares about Ward 3 and Ward 4, because some people might not come to Ward 3 and Ward 4. They might not. I live there. They might not frequent those areas. Some council members might only come there if it's a Lamar baseball, football, or basketball game, and that's what we have to take into consideration. Whoever we put on that council, we have an at-large seat that's going to be available, and the mayor seat that's really available. We have to make sure we strategically put people there who's going to benefit the areas that's majority minority.
Yo, Mary Williams called you the next Obama. Mary Williams called you the next Obama.
Yeah.
Mary.
If anybody knows me, I was a huge Barack Obama fan. I remember when I was in college, Dean Dr. Sen used to he would use Barack as our for extra credit. He would create Barack Obama questions for extra credit, and that was the only way I passed the class.
That's the only way you pass the class.
Everything about Barack, I knew the little monkey he wore for good luck and all kind of stuff, man. I mean, I think he was a great guy, man, and to be compared to him, in my opinion, is great. I mean, he had one wife. He loved his wife. He loved his kids. He didn't have any scandals the full 8 years while he was there. Nobody tried to impeach him or anything of that nature. That's not a plug, but I'm hoping to be able to, politics is tricky, and that's another reason why I was really skeptical.
Politics is messy.
Politics is very messy. It's very tricky. I mean, I'm bright skinned with straight hair. I'm not going to jail. So I had to be very who I took donations from. That's the reason why I just opened the account this week.
All you got to do when you go to jail, not that I've been, just punch still off on the first person you see, or punch a, I'm not going to indicate a guard.
It's not going to happen because he's not going to go because the color of his skin. So
who? Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not going to jail, man. I got a family to pay. I'm going to take care of. I'm not no me away from my.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, how do you feel about this council meeting being at 1:30?
What council meeting?
The council meeting's at 1:30 and Tuesday. Can we make it like where y'all can more of the public can see this? I mean,
well,
why do people work around 1:30?
It's on the city's website, so you can watch it there live. They used to do it on the Facebook page. I'm not sure why they took it down from Facebook. I believe they should bring it back because Facebook is a growing platform, and I know there's been Anthony watched it from SCVS.
But I had to go to
at work.
I had to go to City of Beaumont page to watch it.
Yeah, and they stopped airing it. I'm not 100% sure why they would do that. I feel like we need to put these things in front of. I think we need to be able to put these council meetings in front of as many people as possible, so they can be educated on what's going on. See, I base my campaign on transparency, accountability, availability, and accessibility. And when they be transparent with the citizens and the constituents, if we say we're going to repair all the roads in Ward 4, and for example, what that mean? Bright skin with good hair. Come on,
man. Chris
bright skin with good hair.
He bright, yeah.
Chris struggles we go through.
Yeah, I'm not nothing. If we and for example, you can plan a picnic, but you can't predict the weather. So if we say, hey, starting February, we're gonna start working on the roads in Ward 4, and then there's a freeze coming, we can't go to work, or the job gets pushed back. We need to have that available on the city's Facebook page and out there in front of the citizens to let them know exactly what's going on. Let them know where their tax dollars is going. Let them know because like one of the other candidates said in the last podcast, the taxes has gone up. So I mean, let people know what they're paying for. If you see your taxes going up and you see your quality going up, you want to know where your money is going and things like that. So as far as putting the city council meeting time or another time, I feel like people can access the website. People need to stop being lazy.
Chill, Claire.
What if their phone die? I feel like yes, because as a city councilman, I work for the citizens. I don't. That's who I work for, and I want the people to hire me to know that I'm doing a good job. Not just elect me to know that I'm doing everything that I can in my power to do what they elected me for.
Okay. Shout out to Miles. How do you feel about?
I know. God, Miles want to steal my shine like I did on his page. I know.
How do you feel potentially working with Miles?
Huh?
How do you feel about potentially working with Miles? How do you feel about that?
So first, let me say this: I can work with anybody. Let me preface the statement like that. But I've known Miles for a number of years when he went to Lamar University, and he's always been a bright person. I mean, he's super intelligent, super passionate. I just he studies this stuff. Like I called Miles the other day. Hey, Miles, studying the budget. I was like, man, again, I thought you. He said, man,
studying the budget.
Yeah, Miles is about numbers.
You have to be the student of the game. You have to be a student of all of this because things change. Your budgets will change. People will call you different time. I have talked about the taxes going up. I just said that, Miles, 71 cents. No, but so I call Miles because he's super intelligent and he's somebody that whether I'm on council or not, or whether he's on council or not, I would still love to work with him because if I'm the smartest person in the room, I need to find another room. And I know right now he might be that much smarter than me. Not a whole lot, but I mean.
Question.
Go ahead, do your thing, co-host. Yeah.
Okay, so Brandon, we talked about this. What happened at the forum?
The forum. Yeah, what happened at the forum? Because
Floyd, me and you were at work, but his opponent referred to George Floyd as that dude. So let's bring that up.
Okay.
Because you got passionate about it, and Kevin Steele page 1813. A lot of those people. Kevin Steele.
Who is that?
Yeah,
Kevin
who is
Steele
that?
was from the news, and he has his whole Republican page and it's called 1813.
It is. I know Dejanique Garrison page.
I don't know Kevin Steele either. Who is Kevin Steele?
Floyd, you know Kevin Steele because he blocked your ass.
I know Paige, Dejanique, Greg Bostwick. I know good journalism when I see it. So if Kevin Steele said something about me and I missed it, okay.
Well, I mean, y'all made me lose my train of thought.
Ask me what happened at the forum. So
yeah, what happened at the forum?
The question was, is there a race issue in Beaumont?
And it is.
And there is. And what I was wanting to say, because I was last on every question, so it gave me time to actually gather my thoughts because I don't like public speaking.
You don't?
To say was, yes, there's a race issue in Beaumont. When in the Golden Triangle in its entirety, when Barack Obama was president, if you were to pay attention to KFDM News Facebook page or KBMT Facebook page, Barack was referred to as Muslim, ape, gorilla. Respectfully, they called him a nigger. Nothing that he was the Antichrist. He was everything. Well, and his wife was a man. His wife was a gorilla. They would post pictures of him being burned or hung and things like that, and all just because of the color of his skin. If you go through these social media pages, anytime there's a person of color that commits a crime, he's a thug. And in 2021, when you consider us or when you call somebody a thug, I think that that's a new way of using the N-word. That's I guess they feel might be a little less. I guess people might feel might be a lot less offensive, but it's not. So yes, there's a race issue in Beaumont, and I was gonna say the only way to cure that is to address it head on. My dad always told me, Brandon, if you're telling a joke, if everybody don't laugh or everybody doesn't enjoy the joke, don't tell it again. So if I'm telling a joke and the girl's not laughing, I don't tell it. If I'm telling a Jewish joke and my Jewish friends or my Muslim friends aren't laughing, you don't tell it anymore because you don't want to be offensive to people, and we have to be able to respect everyone. Well, what happened? The far left started talking about national, and when it got to me, the gentleman before me said, "Oh,
who was black?
Huh?
The gentleman before you was black, right?"
Yes.
Okay.
That when the cop kneeled on that dude's neck, and the passion overwhelmed me because as a black man, I don't think you can refer to George Floyd as that dude. And I leaned and I told him, I said his name is George Floyd, and the police officer who kneeled on him for 9 minutes was Derek Chauvin. And I said, respectfully, it's George Floyd. You have to say his name. And it went from there. I got derailed. My passion overwhelmed me, and I got derailed. And I started talking about race as a national issue too. And everybody knows that race is a national issue. It's embedded in the grain that America was built upon. Like I said, then you had slavery. When slavery was abolished, and we thought we could leave, they created vagrant laws. Yes, you're free to leave the plantation, but now you're considered a vagrant, so you go to jail. And then you had lease back convict laws, where once you're a prisoner, you're part of you're owned by the state. So now you put back into slavery again, the 13th Amendment. And then once we fought to vote, we had literacy laws, which is why it's so important for people to almost hit the table again. Which is why it's so important for people to vote.
Please don't hit the table, because that's what got you in this predicament. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's important we had literacy laws. I mean, the system was set up to do everything that it could to oppress a certain group of people and catapult another. And you had literacy laws. It was, you could vote, but you had to be able to read and write. Well, it was illegal for Negroes to be able to read and write, so you went back to jail. And the system did everything that it could to keep their thumbs on us, and we have continued and continued and continued to prevail over and over and over and over again. I mean, we're resilient people. We're a strong people. And you know, my mother always said the bottom rail comes to the top. I mean, I truly believe we're God's people, and we have to, you know, do our part and come to the top. But I was overwhelmed, and at some point I hit on the table,
Right.
and that somebody stated that I was
Radical.
nature. Yeah,
Radical.
Yeah, they said he was radical.
I've seen some.
Oh wow, they labeling you now.
They're passionate and things like that, and that's not fair. We have to be consistent in what we do, and that goes back to the media. Kind of give you an example. You know, Kevin Steele probably say, you said he's Republican. He probably say that some of the other people are passionate, but he's going to label me as radical. Well, I mean, if my skin complexion was a little brighter, would he still label me as that? I mean, maybe he have some race issues too. I don't know.
But this came from another African American who was fair skinned like us and called George Floyd a dude.
But you can't refer to George Floyd as the dude. I mean, that's modern.
He cannot do that. You're right.
I mean, you know, so here's the deal. Back in the day, back during slavery, they would take the biggest, strongest slave and they would beat him and tie him up, and they would break in front of the whole community for everybody to see the break. Not only that particular slave's spirit, but everybody. They would do it in front of his wife, in front of his kids, everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and
they
all buck breaking.
When you sit there, you put a man in handcuffs and you kneel on his neck for 9 minutes and you smile.
8 minutes and 42 seconds.
Huh?
8 minutes and 42 seconds.
Yeah, 8 minutes, 42 seconds. Oh, trust me, I'm aware. I rounded up. Yeah, that's modern day buck breaking. You smile while you're doing it. You didn't have any remorse whatsoever. You know, and so my passion did overwhelm me. And I mean, I'm human. You know, I love my people. I can't help that. Who's to say I'm not next?
That's true indeed.
And you have
I just wanted to bring it up.
I didn't know that situation happened. Yeah. But as far as you banging a desk and people calling you radical, I think that's a little.
But that's because he was passionate about it, and we just want justice for like what happened to black people, what happened to white people. You just had this little white boy just went shot up the Asian parlor, and the police officer said he was having a bad day.
And see, I mentioned that at the forum. You know, I mean, you know, you have to understand, like, and that was where part of my passion come from, because I'll never understand how Dylan Ruth can walk into a church and shoot 9 people. 9 people. And they stop and get him a hamburger on the way.
Took him to Burger King.
Yeah, on the way to jail. You know, I mean,
the fact that they took him to Burger King,
They took that boy to Burger King.
But and that's not even my issue. Here's my issue. You know, Dylan Ruth had a gun. You know, the gentleman who shot up the massage parlor had a gun.
And
you
Jesus
know,
did
the guy.
Maybe
Jesus did flip over some tables.
He did.
They know the guy at the movie theater in Lake Charles had a gun. There was another mass shooting, but all of these people are apprehended. What we don't see happening is people like Alton Sterling who didn't have a gun. People like Philando Castile who was complying, who didn't reach for his gun, he reached for his wallet.
That's sad right there.
Tamir Rice, who had a toy gun. People like
Breonna Taylor, who was in her bed.
Breonna Taylor, yes, who was asleep in her bed. Alton Sterling, Philando,
and she was the EMS first responder.
All these people who are unemployed, you know, I mean not unemployed, unarmed, and they leave in a body bag, and that like you'll never be able to help me understand that.
Facts. I'm not one to get off a topic because this is a passionate topic. Shout out to Mary Williams. She keeps me informed. She inboxed me a lot of stuff. But to get back on, you know, Ward 4, the reason why we have you on here, the main reason, I got a few more questions. How important is the infrastructure to Beaumont? It's a lot of people complaining about brown water. How important is that? Because a lot of people think that the council right now is blaming the community and not the city of Beaumont, you know, taking accountability. You know, it's brown water popping up in the north end, south end, west end. how can we fix this?
So the brown water issue, in my knowledge, Dr. Heine Tomei was was the best thing that happened to the water department. I've been told that Ms. Get Williams said that if the city got rid of him, that we would be back in the situation that we were. I've heard from several people, and I was younger then. I wasn't as in the know at that point in time as I am now. But they said Dr. Heine Tomei was one of the best things that happened to the water department. Things were getting done. Even the employees were happy. The TECQ regulates or sets a standard of how many people. How much of the drainage and water stuff that they have to do, and it seems like the city is only doing the bare minimum right now. So it's kind of like if your parents say go to school and pass your classes, and all you do is bring home a D. It doesn't mean all you have to. Don't stop there. You do enough to go to the next grade, but don't stop there. You can still strive for an A. So and the EPA is who regulates the TECQ. Now my thing is, if they say we have to do 10 pipes a year, you don't have to stop there, because you have people like, for example, why I'm passionate about the brown water. My daughter has eczema, and when I run my bath water and it looks like the wine that Floyd is drinking, I understand that that's not right. That looks a little yellowish tint, but
and it looks cheap.
I run water and it looks like tea. Stop. What you said?
It ain't cheap, bro.
Nothing.
Shout out to One Hope Wine. Wine for a Change, just a sponsor of the show. I'm sorry, Brandon. He dogged my wine I was drinking.
He dogged my soup.
That's old, dog. We got past that.
When I run water to give my daughter a bath that night, and it looks like tea coming out, I'm not concerned about what the city of Beaumont say. That's not the norm. I didn't grow up with brown water and bathing in brown water. The water was clear when I took a bath. So that's what I want for my daughter, and she has eczema, which is an allergy illness. Her skin gets extremely dry and things like that. So I'm very cautious about what I put on her. I shouldn't have to take her to her mom's house just to make sure that TCEQ. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. I shouldn't have to take her to her mom's house just so she can get nice water to bathe in and things like that. But we have to do our part. The only thing that I would say that's on the citizens, as far as with the onus being on us, is they might not complain enough. Brandon Johnson, I'm sorry, but
he said Brandon Jackson, but
yeah, I think Floyd got him blocked or something. They said, I'm not sure.
Okay,
No,
let's keep going.
That's what I'm passionate about. It's not fair to have brown water, and we grew up on clear water. Even after the freeze, we had a boil water notice and things like that. When I turned my water back on, when I got back into town, the water was brown.
Mm-hmm.
Not fair. The only thing that I would request from the citizens is, use 311 and call. You can call me if I'm elected to council. You'll be able to call me directly and let me know what's going on. And, I know 311 is the preferred use, but call me directly and let me know. But I would definitely put. I would definitely ask the citizens, the constituents, for their help, because if I don't know there's an issue, I can't help you fix it. So definitely, God gave you a tongue and a voice for a reason. Come to those city council meetings. Let it be known that there's brown water. Demand that it's fixed. They say the squeaky wheel gets the oil. We have Ward 4 definitely need some oil. We got to squeak louder.
And I read that today that we're black people are considered they, and there's Brian DeVoe.
Hey, Brian.
That African Americans don't show up to these city council meetings. So how can we get us to show up and say what's what?
It goes back to education. So my uncle,
which is
Bill Sam. He was a huge. Yeah, I'm living.
Yeah, Mr. Roy should have ran for something.
Terry Roy is a wealth
Terry
of
Roy
knowledge.
should have ran for something.
Terry Roy is a wealth of knowledge. I've learned so much from him, man. I mean, that guy is
Mr. Roy.
man, he's awesome. He like you can call Terry and ask him a question and he's gonna break it down. See, I'm not that smart. So Terry's gonna break it, put it on in layman's terms for somebody of my caliber to actually be able to understand it. But no, I started going back to these city council meetings back in 2010. My uncle started taking me to them. Bill
And your
Sam,
uncle is
Bill Sam. And I believe that
which is a what is Mr. Sam?
My uncle.
No, what does he do in the city?
Oh, he was on council for a while. He sat at Ward 4 for a while. Then he sat at the at large seat for a while. He worked with the AFL-CIO, the labor union, and things like that. I mean, he's real big in the city, right? But he introduced me to this, and it intrigued me to know how the city works because the city is nothing more than a business. You know, like every year you have a marketing budget, you have a marketing advertising budget, and you have a budget for things that you might can lose. You have a budget for hiring and things like that. So every business have a budget, and they try to stay within those. And the city has that too. The city has a budget for the police department, for the fire department. They have a budget for drainage and streets, infrastructure, and things like that. So to see how the city works and things like that, and he started introducing me to people, and through from him introducing me to people like Jamie Smith and Jamie Smith introduced me to people who was able to help me learn more about like the community housing development organization that the city offers, which is how I was able to learn those things. We have to educate our youth. You know, those things, like a lot of times in our community, that's not put in front of us. You know, aren't put in front of us. A lot of people don't understand that national elections are far more important. I mean, local elections are far more national elections. Let me say it again. Your local elections are far more important than your national elections because local affects your day to day. They're your judges, your DAs, your ADAs, your council. You know, if they were to work, say $18 million. Oh man, Terry gonna be on it, man. Your council, your mayoral council is who speaks with your governors, and your governors go back to Washington. So if you don't have right representation here locally, then nationally you don't have the right representation. And to kind of give you an example, if Mayor Ames or Jeff Brannick says you have Judge Brannick says that there's a mask order or a curfew at 6 o'clock, that's effective immediately. If Joe Biden passes a law right now, it might take 3 or 4 years before it gets to us. And I mean, it could be appealed by the time that it actually happens. Give you an example. I mean, he ended the Keystone Pipeline project. You know, I mean, that wasn't even 4 years and it hadn't even got here yet, but he canceled it. So local elections are far more important. Your judges, your ADAs, your DAs, these people have a direct effect on your day-to-day life. And doing jury duty is very important too. I just want to put that out there because we don't like doing it, and you know, we could be the difference between somebody going to jail and not going to jail.
Floyd, you have a question?
Yeah, I do. I got a question. We was talking about police and George Floyd, and I want to. And I've seen a video of my boy, The Future. You know what I'm saying? Rapper from the North End of Beaumont. Shout out to that Northside. But he posted a video on his page, and they was chilling outside in the yard. Police pulled up, started harassing them, talking about they got a call. They said they got a call that somebody called and said they were dealing drugs. But this police officer already has, they already put a trespassing notice on this particular police officer. And he just pulled up into the front of the yard. He was talking to him, kind of harassing him. So I want to know, how can we fix the community and the police relationship? I would like to post this on the, I don't think y'all will be able to see it, but I probably could pull it up so people can see it.
So,
we got to have police in the areas that look like us. That's my opinion.
That's where I was going to go. That's where I was going to go. And
that's my opinion.
I think it was either late 80s or late 90s. It was the late 80s. In Chicago, Illinois, the chief of police placed his police officers based off the color of their skin. And crime went down 15 to 20%. And it's not just race. It wasn't just because of race, but we relate to things that look like us. You know, we're more comfortable with things that look like us. You know, if you go into if a Hispanic person come into the store, they look for somebody who they can speak Spanish with, so they feel more comfortable speaking with a Hispanic person. You know, if I go into a store, you know, and I want to deal with somebody that look like me or whatever the case may be, you know, if Brian go into the store, he might want to deal with somebody that looks more like him, you know. So I'm not to offend anybody. It's just natural. We relate to things that look like us. So when the chief of police did this in Chicago, it actually worked, but it was deemed unconstitutional. So they had to do away with that initiative, and crime rate went back up. So you can't do that. What you do is get back to the basics, get back to the things that work. Community policing, proactive policing. I'm pretty sure y'all familiar with Officer Norman, the cop who goes and he bring kids and toys and stuff to the kids. He got a truck full of stuff, and he goes, he plays football with them and things like that. You know, when I was growing up, we had Officer Stevenson, Joe Quarterback Stevenson. That's my dude. He had the DARE program, and that was one of the people who I didn't want to disappoint as a kid. So he was one of the people who helped keep me off of drugs.
I remember that song.
Yeah, say it again.
I said I remember the song.
Oh yeah, you know, and we for the chicken club. We had the chicken club. We had the DARE program. We used to have the bazaar at Alma the Mercy, where we had cops and kids. I talked to Officer Haley Morrow, I believe that's her name.
Morrow,
yeah, she's so awesome, so super sweet. And she, you know, she told me that she still, they still have cops and kids, but it's mainly at Rogers Park. I went to the last one that they had year before last when at downtown, and it was a major, and it was a major event. It was an awesome event, but we have to get back to and I do agree, 300 people strong in every city council meeting.
Yes, but I want to know who they're talking about. What police they say is a dick?
I'm trying to find a video, but I think he deleted it.
Facebook could have deleted it, and it's an unfortunate situation. But you know, we have to put pressure on not just the police officers, but on ourselves. You know, we have to understand. Here's the deal. I tell everybody all the time: don't argue with the police.
Don't.
I don't.
No, you don't. Yeah, that's the main thing. Don't argue with the police. You're not gonna win that battle.
I've reached out to Mr. Jimmy just to tell him, send him my condolences when his wife passed away. Brian, if officer, the chief of police, his wife passed away a little over a month ago, and I reached out then, but I haven't spoken with him about that. But you still can't do it, Brian. It was considered unconstitutional, so it didn't work. But I'm all for proactive policing. If it's a high crime area, put a squad car there all the time. You know, I live at like the apartments complex across the street from me. There's cops there all the time. You know, and I live in South Park, Beaumont. You know, so I mean, South Park. I grew up in the Pale Archer. I live in South Park now. So I'm all for proactive policing. And community policing. Like I said, Officer Stevenson knew everybody in the community. You know, I was at Deuce Jones court the other day. My company was actually evicting a tenant, and Officer Stevenson came in, and I was talking to a young lady who was down from Dallas who was evicting somebody, and the lady and I was talking because I was trying to earn her business to manage her properties for her, so she wouldn't have to come down from Dallas to evict people. And Officer Stevenson told us, "Oh, you know his mama?" And she said, "I do." So, "Oh yeah, we all went to Heba together." And her and Officer Stevenson told her who my mom was, and she's like, "Oh boy, you were Sam." She you know, she gave me a hug after that, and that just something that small, that piece of influence, because Officer Stevenson probably went to school with all our parents. You know, that's something that minor changed the whole dynamic of the conversation and the way that the lady treated me. I went from somebody who was asking her for money to, "Oh, I know your family. You come from a good family," and things like that. Yeah, now she's more prone to do business with me. So kind of go back to what I was saying earlier. You can't argue with the police. I don't argue with the police. You know, when I was growing up, my parents was the authority. What they said, go, whether I didn't like it or not. And it's kind of the same thing when I'm on the side of the road. When I'm on the side of the road, my goal is to make it home. You know, like I said at the farm, when I get pulled over, I leave my hands hanging out the window. And I tell a police officer, out of respect for you and your authority, your safety, my safety, I'm gonna leave my hands hanging out the window. And they all say, "Oh, put your hands back in." You can put your hands on the window. No, sir. The dash cam can't see my steering wheel. The dash cam can see my hands hanging out the window. I don't. You know, you have a tough job, and you know, I understand we both just want to make it home. But you know, at the end of the day,
but you shouldn't have to do that. You
can be dead with those rights too, and I want to go home.
Yeah,
fact. You were was it Bo Sam? But he was your uncle.
Bill Sam, he is my
Bill
uncle.
Sam is your uncle. My daddy was the police. We shouldn't have to say, "Oh, well, my daddy or my uncle is such and such and such."
Well, and you're right. You know, I mean, you think if Sasha and Malia get pulled over, they go say, "Oh, that's Barack's kids." No, they gonna. I mean, first thing here's the deal. So here's the deal. And a lot of our
name drop, but yeah.
Huh?
I name drop.
I know you probably name
drop. So they can know who they're dealing with. But yeah, go ahead.
Here's the deal. When I worked in Port Arthur, a lot of the police officers who worked in our store, they worked for PAPD, but they were from Bridge City and places like that. Where
black folks.
Huh?
Nothing. Go ahead.
And so their only interaction or the perception that might be created of black people is what they see on TV. You know, if you turn on reality shows, we look unintelligent. If you look at some of the movies that we participate in, or if you listen to our music, you know, you can allow the media to create a certain perception of you that's not necessarily true. So if you're from Lumberton or Bader or Bridge City or something like that, and you already have a perception that's created for you, if you see us three laughing and talking loud in the mall, well, to them, that's just how we act. Or to what, you know, so when a police officer says that, or if they draw their gun, you know, they say they're scared too. Well, we're scared also. You know, so the fear is equal, but they have a gun. You know, so I just, you know, again, I just want to go home. So I will leave my hands hanging out the window. And it's not nothing against the police officers. You know, I know they have a tough job, but we have a tough job also. You know, I mean, it's hard being a black man in America.
Yeah, and this is like no way to say we don't support the Beaumont Police Department, but we're just
officers. You know, I've had some police officers donate to my campaign. You know, I didn't get the endorsement, but they reached out to me privately and have have donated to my campaign. Started taking. The other day, I had a cop call me the other day. He said, "Hey man, I see some of your signs up here at Kirksey's." He said, "They said you have you've only paid so much on them." I said, "Well, yeah, you know, I got half, and I pay the other half when I get there." He said, "I'm gonna pay for the rest." He said, "I told you I was gonna donate for the campaign," and he did. You know, when I went up there, I picked him up. So you know, it's good and bad in every job. You know. And it's, you know, the good have to suffer for the bad. Unfortunately, it's kind of like if you put a bad apple in a bucket of good apples, that, you know, all of them end up bad.
Yeah, facts. Anthony, you got another question? I got the video.
What video?
The video with the police officer. My boy, the Future, he just tagged me. Hold on, let me see. How can I hold on, let me see. But let me see, how can I share the thing?
Well, I was gonna ask him a real question because this
go ahead.
Piss me off. So, why should people vote for you as Ward 4 member, a councilman of Ward 4?
I think my resume speaks for itself. You know, every year for the last 8 years, except for last year, because I didn't want to convince people to or encourage people to congregate and go against CDC guidelines or the mayoral guidelines. I've done a back to school. I've done Easter egg hunts every year. I've done back to school drives every year. For Thanksgiving, I fed at least 10 families. For Christmas, I fed at least 10 families. We've gone to Washington Manor, Virginia Manor, Sunlight Manor, and passed out toys. You know, we've done this for the last 8 years, and I'm about serving my community. And I mean, just kind of give you an example, the Toto program. I mean, that's a huge program that will show what the city of Beaumont or what Ward 4 what our opportunities are if you have the right leader, in place, and I'm a leader that they can get behind and get remotivated, because clearly right now they don't believe in the council that they have. If you look through these questions, they're mostly complaints. They're not doing this. They're not doing that. Brother Terry just said he think we'll be dead and gone before the brown water issue is gone. Hopefully not, man. Hopefully we can get the right people in place that could rectify these issues and give these people faith back in their council. Keep asking about term limits, but like Aldwin said, you have term limits years. If you're not satisfied with what the people are doing, you can vote them out and vote somebody who can do a good job. So I'm asking for 1% of your confidence, and I'll earn the other 99 once I get in there. And I want to and I have a plan already. For example, I want to work with the labor union and partner with them and get some of their opportunities, and get some of the opportunities that they have to offer. SD, because Miss Mary, let me finish. I'll be going. Miss Mary is something.
Mary be on it.
She be on it, boy. But no, I have a plan of things that I want to do from the housing rehab program. And the reason why the housing initiative is so important to me is retail follows real estate. Period. You're not going to invest in a dilapidated area. You want a return on your investment. And whenever we got the initiative with the Turtle program, I reached out to some other investors that I know who's willing to invest in this program as well, and they want to be a part of this because they understand how important it is to the community. And these are some major players in Beaumont and outside of Beaumont who's willing to participate in the housing program to revitalize these areas. Kind of give you an example, man. David Moore, who's been very influential in my campaign, he had Scoop.
Hold on, David Moore, man. Tell David to holler at me, man.
I would like to get him on here.
Man, yeah, me and David real cool. He's supposed to teach me how to play golf and everything, man. Great brother, man. Dave, shout out to David Moore, man.
He was telling me about the program Scoop, the South End Community Uplift Project. They homes and things like that. They got the community so involved. The community, man. I remember meeting David Moore as a kid, and my mom was the president at that time. And the way, because I was like 6 or 7 years old, something when I met David. I was going to Blanchard at the time. They had an event at Blanchard. I don't think they had an event at Blanchard since he left the council. But he was very influential on my campaign. He calls me all the time and just, drops gems. Like I said, he told me about Scoop, South End Community Uplift Project. David called me during the Super Bowl and told me about Scoop and other things that he's done in the community. Miss Bobby is another one. Operation One Vote. She told me about different things that she's done in the community. How when or even whenever she fixed roads, how she picked up how much of the road she would rehab instead of just going down there and putting patching the holes and things like that. Jamie Smith has been very influential. These are people who I plan, if I'm elected, who I plan to continue to work with and continue to learn from. Why your hand up?
Why your hand up?
Question.
Yeah.
But let me finish.
Do you want to go or me?
I want to show this video that I was talking about.
Show that, and then I got a question after that.
Okay.
Brandon, can I show this video about the officers? I think you might not see it. I don't know if you can see it.
I can see it, so he can probably see it.
It's your show, Floyd. I can't tell you what to do or not do.
Okay, well, hold on. Let me expand it out.
Okay.
Oh, hold on. I didn't want to do that. Okay, let me see. Hold on.
Restraining order on you.
Hold on.
You got good technology.
You're not even supposed to be over here. You're not supposed to be over here. I got a restraining order on you.
SD Price right now?
Yeah.
Oh!
Not supposed to be over here.
Yeah, man, you're not supposed to be over here. That's nigga, huh? So we can't call him, we gotta call another one.
What's funny is restraining order means nothing. It's not a long order.
So that is so incorrect. Yes. That is completely.
Why are y'all passing over here? A complaint for what? Drug dealer.
Get the fuck on, bro. Got no criminal investigation, nigga. Y'all not even supposed to be on here on my mama, nigga.
What are we on? The city road?
Yeah,
but you're in front of my yard.
No trespassing. Private property too. On my mama, y'all need to get.
Bro, go ahead on, bro. Go ahead on. My lawyer gonna.
On my mama, I can call the cops right now.
Hey, what's this truck? Yeah, 1050.
They'll never go against. They'll never go against their party. Nigga, I do criminal investigation. Nigga, so what you talking about?
Is that a black driver?
I know my rights, nigga.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Keep on going, bro.
Keep going, bro.
Keep on going. Y'all not supposed to be right here. Y'all not supposed to be right here.
Nigga, don't just ignore their ass. So my mama, they can't do shit.
Bro, this man just pulled up in front of my house, bro. What's up?
He can't. They can't do shit. Just stop talking. Chop, just stop talking.
You said they was.
Do shit.
Hey, it's the only time they can come out here anyway, bro. When they suited up, they couldn't make it out here.
They can't come on the shoulders.
They couldn't even come out here, nigga. That's why they look like
they really can't do shit on my mama.
y'all need
Bro.
to make it right.
Okay, so what happened was they was chilling outside. Police pulled up, and then the police came up with an excuse. I don't know if it was an excuse or not, but they said they got a call saying they had people dealing drugs. Now, this officer already has a trespassing warrant put on him from this individual, but the officer still pulls up in front of the yard and has a conversation and say it's public property and all that type of stuff. So, I mean, I think, like, as far as the police go, and not to go off topic, Brandon, but we did cover this, but as far as the police go and the citizens in the community, when they have these type of conversations with the officers, you know, it leaves a bad taste in your mouth. We don't have officers pulling up and saying, "Hey guys, everything all good," or blah blah blah. You know, they're supposed to protect and serve, you know, and making sure everybody good. But instead, they pulling up and then they saying, "Oh, we get a call about, you know, selling drugs and all that type of stuff."
Well, first of all, the officer probably failed ROTC, the driver, but
I don't know if the driver was black or what. I can't tell who the driver was.
he was black.
Yeah, okay. The guy said the people in that video, they never sold drugs, and that was
Mama, that's the studio. So this person know who they are. So you got people that's police officers that were failures in life, were bullied in high school, and didn't make it out of ROTC.
And that's the thing. As far as we see a lot, we see video. I'm not gonna say we see a lot, but we see videos of, you know, certain police officers, you know, being positive influences in the community.
Yeah. You have Officer Trahan, you have Officer Stevenson. Look at Zena. Zena's a sheriff. I mean, she's a huge influence in the community. You know,
the driver was white.
The driver was a black.
Officer Kane, you remember Dean Kane?
Oh, the driver was white.
That was well, he had a good ass tan. That would look like a black boy.
Well, I don't know. I mean, my boy, the Future was there. He was the one. He was there. So he's saying
if he say he was white, he was white. But
yo, Brandon, I got some more questions too, man.
I'm gonna be quiet.
No, go ahead. You got something to say? Oh, you said you had to ask him after the video. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I did, but you have a lot of people that's police officers now that were whacked in life, and they get a little authority and a little gun, and they want to try to run people. If you take the gun off, we can all beat them up. But anyway, Brandon, my question is, why should people vote for you as a city councilman from Ward 4?
We just answered that one. You want me to answer it?
Okay, well, them police officer people made me upset, so answer it again.
Well, again, my resume for the last 8 years, I have done back to school drives, Easter egg hunts. We fed families and through families that might have been going through things for Thanksgiving, Christmas. We brought toys to Virginia Manor, Washington Manor, Sunlight Manor. I've worked with Plachette Pete, coats for the homeless and things like that. So I think my resume, as well as the community, the housing development organization, I think my platform speaks for itself when it says I've been boots on the ground. And I'm here for my citizens. Kind of give you an example. When I say I'm here for my citizens, you remember whenever they said that you couldn't leave your kids at the mall after 6
At the mall. Mm-hmm.
There was 3 familiar faces that I saw in there every weekend.
And it was Auburn Samuel,
Daniel, Garrison,
Gary,
and myself. And we were there every weekend making sure kids of color were not targeted. And your city. So whenever I say, the city councilman is a public servant, these are the things that we do behind the scenes, to help keep people in the know, or so I've been boots on the ground. I've been working in my community, doing things in my community, and like I said, I want to work with the labor union as far as bringing their programs to BISD schools, because everybody isn't college material. Everybody's not going to go to college. It doesn't mean that they shouldn't be afforded those same opportunities to make a living. The labor union have a great program, a great apprenticeship program, whether it's plumbing, whether it's electrical, welding. I want to work with Ms. Pam Jolivet to get young ladies or whoever, young men into her phlebotomy class. The little stipend that the city that we're afforded every month, that's why I plan to put that back into the community. I'm not doing it for money. I'm not doing it for clout or prestige or anything like that. I think they give you a little over $1,000 a month. The plumbers union program is $80 a semester for 5 years. That's $1,000. I could put 12 kids a year through in the plumbers program. So these are the things that I want to do to be able to influence my citizens and my constituents. Like I said, I'm gonna put my money where my mouth is. I'm not here to do anything. I don't have my own agenda. I'm not bought and paid for.
Well, our last taxes paid for
me too.
The
I'm doing
previous civic
community. So they vote for me if they want their voice back. They'll vote for me if they want to see change. If you want change that you can believe in, like what Miss Mary at, like Obama said.
I love Miss Mary.
Yeah, she around.
I'm here for them. I'm here for I'm a real estate professional. I understand that retail follows real estate. You're not going to invest in a dilapidated area. These are the things that your average person might not know. When you gentrify an area, you take all of the money out of it, and then you take all of the money out of it, and then you go back in and you buy up the properties, and then you reinvest in the property. That's how you gentrify an area. But our areas have been gentrified by everybody but us. So we could do it ourselves. Buy up our own hood and make it a better place. We need economic development in Ward 4. Things of that nature.
Not to cut you off, Brandon, but I always said the same thing about Ward 3 as far as Helbick, the area. It's a lot of land in Helbick where you can develop a lot of communities, a little bit past Plant Road and everything. But we gotta wanna invest in our own communities. We can't
continue to look for no handouts.
Yeah, because I ain't even gonna lie, it's a nice home all the way down Helbick. You go to Plant Road, it's a nice brick home. And I'm thinking, like, if it's a nice brick home, let's imagine if some more people say, you know what, I like that house. I like this, I'm from this community. Let me build a house by this. Let me build by this house. And then another person, let me build by this house. And then you have a whole neighborhood, or you have a whole community that's redeveloping themselves. But so many of us, they get a little money and then we want to move to like Diamond D Ranch or some Northwest Forest or wherever it may be. So I understand what you're talking about, Brandon, as far as like the real estate. Do you think Anthony has his hand up? Anthony,
I have a question.
Go ahead, my brother.
Brandon, who you want to work with in city council? I'm being real basic.
Man, Brett, hold on. When you asked Miles this question, and I think Brandon even said, "Don't do it, Miles." So, bro,
I just want to know who. I
want to work with whoever God sees fit for me to work with. Period.
Okay, God.
That was political. That was a political.
Shit, all these Christians. Okay.
Here's the deal. I think there's a lot of candidates that bring a lot to the table. So I mean, yeah, I've had conversations with all of the candidates.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've talked to Taylor Neal, I've talked to Mike Getz, I've talked to Randy Shaw, I've talked to I've talked to Miss Mouton, I've talked to Odwin, I've talked to Albert.
Wait, you talked to Robin?
Yeah, at one of the city council meetings, we had a brief conversation. I've talked to Albert, to AJ Turner all the time. I've even talked to Dr. Karishi after the forum.
Okay, like, so nobody know who he is. Not to cut you off, but the people that come to me, they was like, who is he? So is he in that chain of those medicine people? Or, I mean, like, nobody know he's, and there's been a couple of Indian Americans in this area that have ran for office, but nobody know who they are.
So here's the deal, Anthony. Again, I'm not that. I mean, Anthony. Albert. I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan. I got to throw my eggs.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
You see, Albert that's the main one, bro. Don't let him know. I'm finna deflect that. It's Albert's fault.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, Anthony, I'm not too familiar with Dr. Karishi. We
Nobody is. But go ahead.
Terry Roy said he's an engineer. I think his wife is a doctor. He's an engineer, but I spoke
quite a few of them.
I speak to Miles frequently. I spoke for Stacey Lewis, who's running for school board. So I spoken with.
We like Stacey.
I spoke with all of the Miss Begita. I spoke to LaShawn. I've spoken to all of them. Everybody has something to offer. Now, one thing that I can say that differs me from my opponents, none of them outwork me. I can promise you that.
Nobody's gonna outwork you.
No, you're not gonna outwork me. Come on, man.
Okay. Let me ask a question that's not really related to anything. Are y'all participating in the bike ride that they have, the Spindletop thing, that Albert has going on this weekend? Second?
It's for Albert Turner.
It's like
I'm not going. He talked about my big suit.
Oh man! I want to know, Brandon, are you thinking about doing the same thing as far as doing a charity ride yourself?
Well, no, I wasn't thinking about doing a charity ride. I am planning another 2 more events. I think we're doing. A young lady reached out to me about collaborating on an event together. I'm hoping that we make that come to fruition. She told me at the last Audience Forum that she got a building. Now she's looking for people to help us together, and I'm going to do another meet and greet, probably at Lamar Library. My event is a charity event tomorrow. You can come out and meet me tomorrow at Alice Keith Park. I see my man keep talking about Alice Keith Park don't have no water fountain, but we got plenty of water bottles out there, and we're gonna we got to drive by Easter egg hunt. Come get your basket, and So
I didn't think you seen that. I didn't think you seen that about the water.
I seen everything, man. I want to see what Terry Roy said again, because I know he's a wealth of knowledge.
Mr. Roy is very influential.
He's talking about landlock is ruining Beaumont more than anything.
But yeah, landlocking is ruining Beaumont. You have people who come in and they buy certain things and they won't let you develop it, or you have the old money that owns a lot of Beaumont. But I'm not interested in working with old money. I'm sitting here creating opportunities for people. We've been begging for too long.
Let me ask you something too about downtown. How important is it to you to develop downtown?
So
you think that's important?
I think, man, and not to endorse anybody, I think AJ would be great with that regard. If he wins or loses, I still think I can see AJ spearheading something like that, because that's what he do. From all through college, he was throwing events and things like that. And I'm not, again, I'm speaking to that because that's one of his talents. All through college, he hosted parties and he would bring entertainers from I remember one year he had Trey Songz come down. So.
Okay. Yeah, Trey in Beaumont.
Yeah. Trigger came down. This is way chapter 5. No, this was a long time ago. AJ had Trey Songz. I don't care if Beaumont or somewhere else we went, but I went to it. But no, so I think you used your downtown. I think it's awesome. It's been but there's the businesses that go there have not been productive or I'm not gonna say productive. They have not been profitable too long enough to keep it going. I think downtown could be like Beaumont 6th Street or Beaumont's Bourbon and Canal with the right people in place. Me personally, like I said with Terry Roy's show, I want to see something at the water. I love water. I love water.
I love water too, even though I can't swim. I love water.
I can't swim either, but I love to fish and hunt, so that's my thing. And I think there needs to be a vacant building ordinance. I think the price to have a building needs to be high enough to make people want to do something with those buildings. Kind of give you an example. I came across an abandoned apartment complex the other day, and I approached a lady about buying it, and she said no. I said, well, ma'am, are you going to do anything with it? She said no. I said, well, it's just is it standing there? She said, I don't care. It's mine. I can do whatever I want with it. This is true. You can do whatever you want with whatever you own. But at a certain point, it becomes an eyesore. And that's why we have these red tag properties in Ward 3 and Ward 4, because nobody's doing nothing with these structures. And I agree, Ms. Deborah Jones. Downtown is
downtown.
For improvement. But you have to have innovative people on the council. You have to have people who want to see Beaumont be everything that Beaumont can be. Alice Keith Park is an awesome park, man. I mean, I almost drowned in that pool one time.
That's not funny. My bad.
I was a kid.
I know how to swim. Shit.
Last time I got into a pool. Alice Keith Park is awesome. We've hosted a lot of events there. We did a back to school drive there a couple of times. We've done our Easter egg hunt a couple of times and things like that. Only issue with the parks in the South End is that we need people to help keep them up and maintain them throughout the day. We need lifeguards and things like that. We lost the YMCA, which the gentleman who bought the YMCA, he's awesome. I've had conversations with him. He actually let the city or the citizens of that area use the facilities. He's not trying to take the guy who just recently purchased it. He's not trying to take it from us. So he's actually a really good guy, and I would love to work with him too. But the city just have to do our part. We can't vote for who's popular. We have to vote for who's productive.
I like that.
That's the problem we have. We vote on popularity.
Like people have told me, oh, this candidate he's Hebert. He's gonna get all of Hebert, and this one's Westbrook. They're gonna get all of Westbrook. My mama is Hebert. Can I get my mama? And my older brother is Westbrook. I'm Ozan. I'm Lamar. I'm Ward 4. So I mean, it is what it is. But put me side by side and look at my resume and look at theirs. I mean, I'm boots on the ground.
Well, we have a mayoral candidate who's putting her signs in front of the other people, but
maybe.
Let me ask Chris. I think people are not using the park more, especially with South Park. I'm just gonna say this. I don't think it's the water fountains, because one time I passed by South Park and it was, it wasn't people out there playing. It looked like people out there just hanging and chilling and smoking. And a lot of people are not going to bring their kids to that type of environment. I don't think the water fountains have anything to do with somebody going to the park, because to be honest with you, a lot of people is not going to drink out the water fountains anyway, because they go think it's nasty, or they might think. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, but I'm just saying from my experience, I passed through Alice Keith Park, and I seen some people hanging out, and I think that's one reason why they're not going to bring their kids around there, because they want to feel safe.
It's cold. So my kids anywhere.
Yeah. So I mean, we want our kids to feel safe.
Huh?
No, I was just saying, you want your kids to feel safe when they're going out to play.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's COVID. We're not drinking from no water fountains. They're not going anywhere where there's a bunch of people. That's why we're doing a drive-by Easter egg hunt, so you can drive by, get your Easter basket, and go home.
What time is that?
When is that?
Yeah,
it's from 4 to 6.
To when is that? Saturday?
Yeah, tomorrow.
Okay. 4 to 6 tomorrow, Easter egg hunt, and I will share that after the show. So if y'all watching,
what people you want to work with that may win city council?
I'm sorry, say it again.
Who you want to work with that wins city council?
I thought that was your boy, man. You hitting your boy with some tough.
I mean,
I wasn't trying to come hard like that.
I have to do that. That's what we do.
I want to work. I'm saying people are trying to build.
You don't have no names.
Inside tennis court. Let's build.
Ignore your question.
Say it again.
You ignore Anthony.
Yes.
Whoever policy work with, I mean, collectively. If here's the deal, let me put it like this.
Who name? What's their names?
I'm gonna answer your question right here. I want to work with the people who care about Beaumont. I want to work with the people who can put their pride aside, their own agendas to the back burner, and work with whoever's want to see Beaumont become productive and a safer place for our citizens. You want to know who I want to work with? I want to work with BISD because I want to help rebuild
That's the
that.
thing, yeah.
BISD partner with the labor union and get some of these apprenticeship programs for kids that's not going to go to college. I want to see BISD and partner with maybe LIT or ExxonMobil. I want to work with BISD and create intern programs. We have a real estate investment mentoring program, or people who I want to work with people who want to create opportunities for our youth. I want to work with whoever's going to be a positive influence in our community. That's who I want to work with.
And I think one of your opponents needs to stay in BISD because the city and the school district is a major influence on bringing businesses and people here.
It's the city of the BISD is the biggest influence.
They employ the most people here.
The BISD is the biggest influence in Beaumont because they cultivate our kids' minds. I've been afforded the opportunity to speak to a multitude of schools. I just did Bob Hope this week, and everybody in the classroom said that they want to go to college except for one kid. I brought him next.
And why he didn't want to go to college?
Yeah, Bob Hope. My daughter go to Bob Hope.
Come on, I'm glad I didn't see her. Like see Uncle Duck. She didn't want to. He didn't. Hey man, we Cowboy fans. We believe blue, man.
Okay.
That's my. He didn't want to because he didn't want to do the schoolwork. And I sat down and I broke it down for him. I was one of those kids. I didn't want to go to college. I wanted to go to the military just to do something for my parents' sake. But my mother wanted me to go to college, and I went and I got a degree. And I found a job, and I thought I was going to work at Verizon and just rent houses for the rest of my life. And I realized I didn't want to work for somebody else. And like I told this kid, I've gone to school more times since I've graduated college than I did when I was in college. I didn't go to class
in college.
I did the work. I went got my real estate license after having my degree. And when I worked at real estate for 4 years, I went back and got my broker's license and opened my own company after I got my degree. And then when my daughter was born, I decided that I didn't want to go back to Verizon. We was going to stay at home and take care of the kids. I went and got my loan originator license to supplement that income. I've gone back and I could influence my company from inside out. So I've gone back to school time and time again after getting a degree because I wanted to not necessarily because I like school, but because I like bettering myself. And I like be able to create opportunities for myself, my kids, and things like that. My kids go get front properties every year for their birthday. Their mama go bake them a cake and throw in the party, but I'm that's what she do. I mean,
And that's what I like to see, man. I like to see somebody, from my perspective, I like to see passionate people that care about their community running for office. You know what I'm saying? That's what I like. I don't like to see people that just doing a job just to do it. Because like you said, you're not getting paid a lot of money to do this job. So you need to have some passion. You need to have some concern about the community, because no matter who you are, if you got grandkids, nieces or nephews or whatever, they're growing up in this city and you want the best for those individuals. So let me ask you this, as far as voting, how are you getting people, are you getting people registered to vote, and how concerned are you that people like to talk about voting, but not showing up at the polls?
Again, it goes back to education. I was block walking last weekend, and I registered 4 people. Oh, Anthony got close that time. I registered 4 people, and didn't even. He was a felon, but he was off papers, and he didn't even know he could vote. So it goes back to education. Yes, if you're not registered to vote, you can come to my office, Realty Depot, Texas, 2394 Suite 101 East Texas Freeway, Beaumont, Texas, 77703, and we can register you to vote. The last day is April 1st to register to vote. You have to do it by then. There's a block party tomorrow that I'm going to attend to register people to vote. Even at the Easter egg hunt, I'm going to register the people to vote. I carry my backpack. I carry my and I was deputized to register people to vote. That's how important it is to me, and that's how serious I am about it. So I'm going to attend these block parties. I keep my stuff with me so I can register people at any given time. And it's extremely important that we continue to educate our youth and our people about how important it is. You know, your lawmakers, we vote on that stuff every day. So I'm going to and even after the election is over, you can still register to vote for upcoming elections and things like that. Because every 2 years you vote for council. Every 4 years you get your presidential elections and things like that. So I'm always be making myself. And here's the deal: I bought a 15-passenger van.
I was just gonna tell you that, like, I'm trying to come up with a plan to like help people go out and vote instead of just telling people to vote. I'm trying to.
You have no reason to, if you need a ride, I bought a 15-passenger van. We have masks available. You know, we could put 2 people to a seat or 3 people to a seat and things like that. I mean, even James Payne was another person who helped buy vans and stuff like
He
that.
did.
Huh?
He did.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, James Payne donated a few vans. I only bought one. James bought a few because he's serious about it. He has Payne in Politics, which is a huge platform to educate.
Oh yeah, I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, that's huge because he's educating people on what, like, the difference between a city clerk, what's the difference between council members, district clerk. You know, he's educating people on that. So that's huge, and I think everybody should follow that. You need to get him on the show, Floyd. And I mean, I've known James Payne since I was little. My sister used to babysit their kids. You know, she was Cinderella at their daughter's birthday party. She was Cinderella at their birthday party. I mean, I was.
You okay? You okay, Anthony?
Mm-hmm.
You know. Say it again.
No, I was asking Anthony, was he okay?
Don't stop on my account. I mean, it's just funny that. Never mind. Go ahead.
I mean, those people, like like James is. Once you get to their stature in life, and you take the time out to educate people, such as
what's
myself,
their stature?
I mean, he's a successful attorney. You know, I mean, James is a successful attorney, in my opinion. It doesn't benefit him to take the time out to attempt to educate people on politics. That should be taught in the house. It should be taught in the schools and things like that. But he loves his community enough to be able to do that. So,
but he started in 2021 doing that.
Too late. It's never too
Well,
late.
you know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna say certain people don't.
Better.
I don't care. Certain people don't rock with me because I went after a certain person because they friends with that person. But I understand that. That's cool.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
But it's better late than never. And
you're right.
And James, such as myself, feels it's very important to teach people about politics. You know,
in 2021.
When I say it's very important, this past presidential election had more people get out and vote than any other election ever. Joe Biden had more electoral and popular votes than any other election, period. So, I mean, it's there. So, and we need to be able to educate. We got to educate people on the difference between Democrat and Republican and all this other stuff.
Well, why did it take this long?
That's the question you have to ask him. I can't speak for him.
I'm not going to ask him because he's not finna sue me a defamation of character. But I'm just saying.
Has he done that?
Maybe he has. I don't know.
I don't even know who. Oh, my bad. I don't know who that is. But I'm just throwing that out there.
All I can speak on, all I can do is salute and give my respects for what he's doing.
Next.
And let me ask you this: if anybody's trying to comment on the show, I don't know why you can't comment. I don't have.
She can't. I don't know why she can't either.
Who is that? Who is that? I don't know that person, but I don't know why they can't comment. I'm not sure. I don't know why. I don't know what's going on with that. So every now and then, certain people can't. Every now and then, people say they can't comment or something. I don't know. It ain't like I got anybody blocked. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to block anybody from posting what they post, you know. But I don't know. Maybe she blocked me and she accidentally didn't know about it. I don't know, bro. But I don't know why she can't comment or he can't comment. I don't know. I don't have no restrictions on nothing. So I mean, this is a public forum, so I don't know, bro. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
Thank
But
you for your vote, Gigi. Thank you for your vote too.
yeah. A lot of people they liking your vibe, they like what you got going on. But I got a couple more questions before the show because it's almost 2 hours. This is probably like one of the longest shows I had as far as like you know what I'm saying, the candidate running.
The one.
What happened?
That it's past, dude. You got 2 shows in one. Just cut the check.
Oh,
you
you said Brandon would never want to come on your show.
You flaked twice, so I guess make up for it. Man, what happened to all my questions I had? I just want to go with something that we didn't probably say as far as let me make sure.
Real estate.
What happened?
I'm gonna have to come back on your show and talk about real estate.
Yeah, no doubt. We're gonna have to talk about real estate and stuff like that. For sure on real estate. Probably in about 3-4 months. Just holler at me on that. But why do you think people should vote for you, Brandon?
I didn't answer that.
What?
I've answered
I
that.
asked him that, but
well, that's I'm trying to end the show, or really just in case the people at the beginning.
Okay, I'll answer it again. People should vote for me because I've been boots on the ground. Again, I have my nonprofit for the last 7-8 years. We've done back to school drive, Easter egg hunts. We fed families. I've worked with Plachette Pete for doing coats for the homeless, things like that. I mean, we fed homeless. The Ozans, they're doing a homeless thing tomorrow as well. These things are important to me as well as.
They've been doing a lot too.
They are great. Daniel and Toya.
They've been doing a lot.
And here's the deal: when they're not the type of people who do stuff and brag on them. Toya and
go to hell.
They have.
Yeah. So what?
Because I've asked him that, and you asked him, so they feel like he's repeating. But
it's
well,
okay.
Everybody don't watch the show. Everybody ain't watching the show at the same time. So hey,
it's okay. But Toya and Daniel Ozan, they're good friends of mine. They're feeding the tomorrow. They've done it in the past. Salute them. They're actually doing a crawfish boil this time. Which is huge. Crawfish is expensive right now. I've been boots on the ground. I've been working. Now I'm partnered with the city to rehab and renovate some of these houses. I think that's huge as well. So you can see that I'm here working. I mean, my resume, put me next to my opponents and look at all our resumes. I'm most qualified. I might not be the most.
Have you filed bankruptcy?
Huh?
Filed a bankruptcy? Have you ever filed bankruptcy?
No, I have never filed bankruptcy.
Oh, dude.
We're gonna have to have a talk.
Y'all definitely gotta have a talk at the show, man.
Bankruptcy, man. Look, I've been blessed to be able to take care of my finances. I don't live a lavish lifestyle. I stay within my means. So.
And also, y'all, I want to let y'all know. Don't forget, Brandon is hosting. If you don't know already, he's hosting an Easter egg hunt, a drive-by Easter egg hunt, 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock at Alice Keith Park. Bring your kids.
Tomorrow, yeah.
That's tomorrow. Bring your kids. I don't care if you got your stimulus check or your income tax check and you feeling real high and mighty and you never had that much money in your bank account, so you feeling real good. Still bring them kids to that.
Because it is free, right? It's free.
Yes. We'll be giving out signs and stuff too. I mean, if they want to purchase it, I'm gonna have signs that people can get and put in front of their yards. If they want to buy a shirt, they can. But no, everything is free. The tablets are paid for and things like that. So,
how much is your shirts going for? You talking about your election shirts, the vote for Brandon Johnson shirts?
$15.
Okay, how can we get a sign though?
I have signs in my truck. I keep them with me, so you can get a sign.
Do they have to pay for a sign, or the signs are free?
Hey,
signs are free, huh?
Huh?
Signs free, huh?
Yeah, I put a sign in your yard.
You go into the north end and everything, putting signs in people's yard.
That's
I'll
not
put
his ward.
put a sign.
I mean, it's not his ward, but I'm just saying.
But I mean, you have guests and visitors.
Yeah, true that. She say, okay. Tranisha says she need a sign in her yard. You lacking, my brother.
Yeah.
No, it's coming. And actually, I know where she lives.
Okay, so she can have that sign in her yard tomorrow.
She'll have it probably this week. I just picked up 250 signs. I got to put them together, and we gonna be passing them out, putting them out.
Okay, Alfred Dean, I think he's running for Ward 2. He said he need a sign also.
Okay.
That's what's up. Anthony, you got any more questions for Brandon? Because you support this. If they go to your page, you got Brandon Johnson. I think it's like your profile pic. So you rocking with Brandon. So let me ask you this: why do you support Brandon? Why do you think Brandon is a great candidate for Ward 4?
Wow. Okay, so it's our age what?
Take your time, Pastor.
I'm Catholic.
So
it's our age demographic, it's our era that's running for war and stuff. And it's time for these people, these old people, I don't mean to say old, it's time for these old people to retire. And my friend has good ideas. He's doing shit for the city. He's doing stuff for the city, for the community. He's been doing it. And I mean, it's just time for our era to run this shit stuff.
Anthony, what you drinking over there? What you got to drink over there on this Friday?
Water.
Okay. This is Based Water. Shout out to the sponsor, One Hope Wine. I tagged the y'all go to my page. I tagged them. This is actually really good. This one's good. I'm not too much of a fan of the Pinot Grigio.
Must not been good.
I'm not too much of a fan of that one, but the rosé, yeah, the rosé. So I'm gonna stop drinking the rosé because I actually got to drive to my parents' house because
this evening.
Yeah, because I took my doors off the Jeep and the top, and I got to put the doors back on now.
Oh,
so I got to go do it tonight, and I don't want to have my doors out. I don't have a garage. I ain't even gonna lie. I don't have a garage, so I can't leave my house. I can't leave my Jeep just out like that because they go, I don't know, they might steal something. But I took all the important stuff out there. Oh, I do got a bottle of Ciroc in the trunk, bro.
Nobody drinks
the only
Ciroc
thing they
no
can
more.
probably get a bottle of Ciroc. She say, dang, you drunk all that? I mean, it's wine. It's not even that strong. But it's all right. It's not that bad.
Oh, that's wifey.
That's because she wanted to drink the rest of it. There's like 3 other bottles in there she can have. She got other stuff in there she can drink. You know what I'm saying? So, but Brandon, you know what I'm saying? Okay. Brandon, one last question I got. One last question before I go. Because we got like 8 minutes left. Beaumont transportation. A lot of people is 50-50 on this. A lot of people believe that we shouldn't have the buses. A lot of people think we should go to like maybe an Uber type thing, or you know what I'm saying, like citizens can hit up like I don't know, like like not like a Uber, but like a city Uber thing or whatever. How do you feel about that?
In my opinion, the buses stay. The buses
should stay.
I mean, Uber is fun, is awesome. I mean, I've been on Uber plenty of times and things like that, but the buses need to stay. The buses don't just take people for there you go, Terry Roy.
Terry coming out. He just made a public announcement. He said Mayor Run 2023.
Let's get understood. No, the buses need to stay. Here's the deal.
Okay.
Uber, great, Lyft, all of that is great. It's creating jobs, and I'm all for creating jobs, creating opportunities. Anybody can drive an Uber. Anybody can drive. It doesn't. I don't think they do their due diligence to streamline the process. You can have probably somebody with a sex assault case that's driving and things like that.
What?
Yeah, don't they do background checks?
I'm not 100% sure. That's what I'm saying. I don't know if they verify or they're making sure people don't have sex assault cases or
I don't think they'll let a perv drive an Uber,
but buses have to stay. Give you a reason, guy. I grew up in the parish. There's a guy. He's autistic, and this is why I like the buses. Let me back up. The buses don't just take people from point A to point B. They also take elderly people to their doctor's appointments and things of that nature. But here's the deal. A guy who grew up in my neighborhood who's autistic takes this bus everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So it's near and dear to me. It's near and dear to my heart. I've known this guy my life. He takes the bus he walks from his parents' house to the bus stop. We're fortunate enough to have we grew up on Lucille, and there's a bus stop right down on Bob Street, right before you get to Sugar Rush. Shout out to David Jackson.
oh, they got good stuff over there.
They do, yeah. They have awesome stuff. I missed the pecan candy and the banana pudding cookies and stuff, but there's this guy takes this bus to and from work. He takes it back and forth to Cheddar's and wherever he wants to eat. He's familiar with this bus stop. You know, if you take that away, it's going to affect not just him, but the people who actually depends on it. Through COVID, they haven't even been charging people to run that bus. And there was an issue where those guys weren't being paid and things like that. I think that's not right. You know, you have to take care of the people that's taking care of you. You know, here's the deal. When I worked at Verizon and the older people would come in, I tried to be extremely patient with them because I wanted to treat them the way I wanted somebody to handle my parents. My parents might need that bus stop one day. My parents not like me. My parents not tech savvy. They're not going to get on Lyft and Uber and things of that nature. They're not going to do that. They more comfortable on things like the bus station. You know, it's you know, I understand the city wants to save money. I think you can do other things instead of to save money.
Yeah. I think so too, you know what I'm saying, as far as buses, you know, and as far as Beaumont being a population of 118,000 people, 119,000, and you don't have a city transportation, that's kind of embarrassing to me. And I think that's the least of our problems, to be honest with you. And plus, that's jobs too. You know what I'm saying? That's, you know, you got bus drivers, you got mechanics and stuff like that. So you got people jobs that you know how they feed their family. So I think that's important. Also, we should consider that too.
Yeah, jobs. I mean, the people who's driving the buses, they've been working all through COVID. You know, ice storm, everything. So I mean, you know, these guys are out there doing their part, and we wanna do away with their job. I don't think that's right. You take care of who take care of you, and right now they're taking care of citizens who can't drive. I don't like to drive, I'm a bad driver. I'm a perfect candidate for the bus. I always say when I get rich, I'm gonna hire me a driver.
Yeah, well, I like driving. I ain't gonna lie. And I got to drive in a few minutes. But Anthony, you got anything you want to say?
Who do you want to be mayor?
Damn. Jeez, man.
I can't say who I want to be mayor right now, but if Terry Roy running in 2023, he definitely got out.
Oh yeah, Mr. Roy needs to run for something.
You got to put pressure on Roy too. Make sure he don't just be saying that now. 2022 come around.
Whoever I see fit for, whoever God see fit for mayor and see fit for me to look down at the table when I'm representing Ward 4. That's what I'm.
Who would you like to see?
I think Terry Roy would be a great mayor too.
I think Terry Roy would be because he's for the people.
I'm not talking about Terry. I'm talking about who's running now. Who would you like to see?
I would like to see somebody that is passionate about
a name.
And you want a name?
Mm-hmm. Here's two candidates
still in control. That's your name.
I don't know why. Okay.
Well, Brandon, man, I appreciate you coming on the show, brother. It's been finally. It's been a while. But you know, hey, timing. I mean, everything's meant for, you know what I'm saying, everything or whatever. But I think it was a great conversation. It was a long conversation. It was a 2-hour conversation.
Yeah. iPad on. I was at 100%. I'm down to 15 now.
I'm at 25.
Yeah, my daughter beating me up. She wanna eat and everything. So, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate you you coming on the show. Hopefully, it's still a little early now, before final voting, like May the 1st or something like that.
We
Or,
still got early voting too.
yeah, you got early voting. Maybe I could bring you on with like another candidate or something like that, and we could see how it's going as far as your campaigning
No, it's don't file bankrupt.
and all that. Watch it go. Watch it go come out that Brandon put Anthony up to say that.
But they can't beat me up. But no, he didn't put me up to say it.
Oh, I don't even know who filed.
Got you.
So,
and it's public information. Shit.
Yeah.
I don't know about bankruptcy. I'm not going to look for it. I don't. If anybody know Anthony, they know Anthony knows all this stuff. Anthony can tell you if you registered to vote. Anthony can tell you if you voted. Anthony can tell you if you got your nursing license, your law license, you passed the bar.
Yeah. I can.
All of that. He got so much time on his hands.
It's public information. It ain't about time, but yeah.
Up at. The only thing I look at all day is real estate. So no, Brandon definitely didn't put him up to that because I don't care. But what you should do, Floyd, is bring the candidates from each ward up, like Ward 4 candidates up, have a show, a little debate.
Floyd not gonna do that because he don't fuck. I mean, he don't mess with nobody from a particular ward. So,
well, I'm saying that when you have a debate, all of the Ward 4 candidates, all of the Ward 3 candidates.
Well, that's gonna happen April 3rd.
Yeah, April 3rd. You know about April 3rd?
Oh yeah, I know about it.
I mean, yeah. Well, all the candidates is not gonna. It's at least 2, maybe 3 candidates I know that's not gonna participate in that. But I'm not tripping. I don't care. It's not her.
The one who changing her signs. That one.
That's one.
She ain't coming.
Who? Never mind. In every forum that I've been invited to, and I'm going to continue to participate in everything that I can because I'm here. If you can't make time for the citizens now, how can we expect you to make time for them if you're elected?
That's true. Well, Brandon, I appreciate you coming on. Hopefully, I can get you on. Like I say, when it's time, when it's election time, like the early voting, and we can see. We can see how you're holding up then, see if the pressure getting to you, see how the campaign's going and everything. So, and real estate. I had Rashawn on last year about real estate.
Rashawn Lockwell?
Yeah. I had on before and we tapped into it. So maybe I can probably do a real estate show. That's why I can't wait to this election thing over with, so I can start getting into shows like that. So I could probably bring you.
This shit is draining.
Yeah. With Sean and Idri, a few more people on as far as real estate because the market's good, right?
You heard me?
What happened, Brandon?
I said Rashawn is good people. She's a good friend of mine.
Oh, I like Rashawn. She's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So maybe we could get that show popping real soon as far as real estate, home ownership, and all that.
Mm-hmm.
But I appreciate you, Brandon. I know you got your daughter you got to tend to, just like I got mine. Anthony, I know you finna go turn up.
She taking care of her.
Oh, okay. Well, I gotta tap on out of here. I gotta take care of some business. I ain't gonna lie to y'all.
Bye.
So I appreciate y'all.
Next time it's gonna be just me and you. Anthony can't hold his tongue, so my bad.
That's the problem, but never mind. Okay, bye.
Like he mystical.
All right, man. I'm gonna holler at y'all. Y'all be safe, man.
Like in a little bit.
All right, Brandon.
All right, man. Thank you for having me on.
Appreciate it, brother. All right. So look, that was the show, man. That was a show longer than I expected. That was a 2-hour show, man. I ain't even gonna lie. And like I said, I want to shout out my sponsor, One Hope Wine. You know what I'm saying? Sponsor of the show. I tagged them on a previous post, so y'all could check them out and order some wine from them. And also, man, y'all can check out the clothing, kikbackclothing.com. This is my influential person shirt. I got all kind of Oops, I'm back. My bad. I instantly hit the wrong button. But anyway, man, I thank y'all and I appreciate y'all, everybody who commented, everybody who liked, shared. And stay tuned, man. I got more shows coming up. Actually, we're gonna have a lot of shows coming up, especially after this election going over with. We're gonna have real estate shows. We're gonna have mental health shows, medical shows, all kind of shows, relationship, everything. We're gonna get back to the fun of things because, you know, as far as this election goes, it's really important. So y'all get out there and vote and everything, man. So anyway, y'all be safe, man. Y'all take care. And just enjoy life, man, and live life with a purpose, man. I'm out of here and love y'all.